Hi everybody, welcome to the Connection Hub. And if you are returning, welcome back. Relationships. That's been something that I have been thinking about of late. Thinking being the operative word in that sentence, meaning I have been using my left brain, more so the logical side than the right brain. And so I thought, what if we looked at relationships using a business model as the structure for trying to explain relationships, and they could be personal or professional. It doesn't matter. It is where there is more than one person coming together with another person, and there is an exchange that takes place, an emotional exchange. And I am by no means a financial guru, not at all. And neither am I a relationship expert. I simply have my learning from the University of Life. And so let's explore this topic in the hopes of trying to understand it from a different perspective. So, when you look at a business, you typically have an investor, and that investor makes an investment into the business with the expectation that there will be certain returns. And in the context of a business, the currency that we use is money, right? Relationships operate in the same way. When two people come together, they can be seen as two investors into that relationship, and they are both hoping to get a return. And so the currency here in terms of the investment would be your attention, your care, your loyalty, your time, effort, and the return that you're hoping to get out of it would be support, acknowledgement, feeling seen, feeling loved. And so in a business context, there's always this drive that we need to keep the shareholders happy, in the sense that the returns need to outweigh the investment, the initial investment, or they need to see positive returns coming back, even in leaner times, in order for that investor to keep their investment in that company. And so I think we could see relationships in the same way. So why do people leave then? People leave relationships when there is an emotional debt, meaning there has been more withdrawals from the account than deposits. There has been an imbalance between what you have given to the relationship and what you've received in return. People leave when hope has depreciated, where they cannot see any future returns based on the status quo of what the relationship currently holds or provides. It just doesn't become viable in the long term. People leave because they just feel emotionally spent. Their bank account is empty. There's nothing left to give. And so if we look at relationships as this constant exchange between the give and take, where there is a sense of reciprocity, a sense of fairness and equity, not necessarily equality, because it doesn't mean if I give you X, I want X in return. It's more so if I lean in at this particular point in time, at some point in time again, I'm hoping that I can rely on you to be there for me and to support me and to show me that you care about me. And so there is this dance between the two. And for as long as that dance gives us a sense that the debits and the credits sort of even out over time, that means that there is growth, that there is potential, that there is hope. But if one party takes more than the other party, it becomes there's an imbalance and the books won't balance. And at some point, somebody is going to do an emotional audit. And when they do that emotional audit and they see that things are not happening in the way that they should, this is the point where people say, I'm leaving. Alternatively, you get to the point where there is just nothing left to give, and it is as if your business is being liquidated for survival. And so we don't want to get to that point. And once again, I feel like I'm all over the show because I'm trying to really take such a big topic and put it in a couple of minutes in a video. Because people tend to have a shorter attention span, and so I'm just trying to talk about it on a very high level. I think the gist of it is, in any relationship that you are participating in, ask yourself, is the giving and the receiving equitable? Is it in a way that your investment into the relationship is acknowledged and you're receiving the returns, and at the same time are you providing the returns for the other party? It cannot just be a one-sided relationship, because that inevitably spells that a change will be forthcoming in the future. And so you have the opportunity now to correct that, to either ensure that your contribution is equitable to that relationship, or to speak up and let the other party know that you've done an emotional audit and you feel things are not where they should be. And by no means am I saying this is an easy discussion. It's always a work in progress. It's always a flow. But rather have the discussions today. And if things are not meant to be, or you can't come to, a compromise in terms of what will work so that both parties can feel seen and supported, then you may have to ask yourself the question, is this a relationship that I should be engaging in? I hope that made sense. I hope that there's some thread that you've been able to pull through this talk, and hoping you will consider this. Sending this message to you with much love.